Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. We got us a Hill Farmstead Brewing beer here. This was sent to me by Matt. This is a 375 milliliter bottle, 12.7 fluid ounces, bottled on, says here bottled on 10/10/2015, so October the 10th of 2015 on the bottle here, so very, very nice. And this is a saison. It's not saying on the bottle, but this is a sour wild ale or farmhouse saison style ale. So there should be some tartness to the beer. And aged in wine barrels, we should have some undertones of that going on. So maybe even some Brent funkiness. I don't know if they use Brent yeast on this. The says here 7.4%, but I don't have the IBUs listed here. Commercial description: juicy, inspired by our love for New Zealand, the adventures had therein, and the journeys grown from without. Our love for the landscape, the agriculture, and the spirited reflections of its inhabitants long ago led to the vision of what lies before you. After many months of conditioning with our resident microflora in barrels that formerly held our mimosa, the beer that we have referred to as juicy is now ready to be enjoyed. Ingredients: American and European malts, American and New Zealand hops, yeast, Brettanomyces, and our well water. So they've only done this one twice, guys. November of 2012 and January of 2015 is what it's got here. But they've got it right here bottled on October 10th of 2015. And according to the note I got from Matt, he says the beer has only been released twice. Once several years ago, late 2012, and then back in January, he's got 2016 when I picked up this bottle. It is a dry hop saison, so it would be best to consume this one fresh before the hops fade all the way. Well, if it was done according to what the bottle has, 10/10 of 2015, it's about 4 months old now, so the hops probably have already started to fade if it's supposedly hop forward. So we're about to find out. We're going to do it. Food pairing cuisine, according to this, for a saison farmhouse ale. That's what beer advocates call it. Rate Beer's calling it a wild ale. Cuisine's curried and Thai, basically the same thing here as what the IPA's food pairings are. Cheeses are earthy, caramel burnt fontaine. No, it's a little different. Curried into Thai food, cheeses are earthy, caramel burnt fontaine and nutty. Asiago Colby Parmesan, your more pungent cheeses, stronger cheeses. And the meat is poultry, fish, and shellfish. Glass bottle, pint backer, nonic tumbler, tulip, oversized wine glass. I got the solid beer glass today, guys. And here it says can be sold for a long period under proper conditions. But if it's hop forward, you would not want to do that. So let's get the cap off of this. I will tell you, I got some openers coming, guys. As soon as I get them, I will. And these 750 bottles and 375 bottles have a bigger cap on them, and it's hard to get a little bit of pop on that. I only have 4 t-shirts left, guys. 2 3X's, 1 2X, and 1 medium. And it's probably going to be a while before I redo those. So, one of those sizes of picture, and you're looking for one, give me a shout, and we'll hook you up. I'm not going to pour too much in there. I heard it wasn't very carbonated, but looking at what I've got here, it looks to be fairly well carbonated. Just a tad over finger, maybe a finger and a quarter of head on that one. over into the light. A lot of bubbles streaming up, so it seems to be fairly well carbonated. A little red tint to the top part and the big bulb part of the glass. A little more tangerine orange in the little thin part of the glass. The bubbles are pretty big on the side here. A little more creaminess on the top there, but great big soapy bubbles around the side of the glass. So let's get a nose on this one. Definitely getting the Brettanomyces yeast. Got that farmhouse funkiness going on there. Little bit of fruitiness. Maybe just a slight hint of those wine barrels that they've used in this one. Maybe some dark cherries or something. Nice citrusy smell. But the yeast is standing out more than anything else. Nice saison / farmhouse funkiness going on there. That Brettanomyces yeast, pretty much recognize that as soon as you put your nose to it. And Hill Farmstead is known for producing some awesome beers, guys. I can't get them here, so Matt, thanks again, brother, for sending it to me. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. A little bit of tartness there, not overly tart. Not overly tart for my palate. Some sour cherries there. Maybe a hint of some grapes in there. Very nice. That is rather tasty. A lot of times the wild ales, the sour ales, overpower my palate, guys. I've been trying for the last 6 months or so to wrap my arms around that style of beer. This one seems to be pretty tasty. It's not overly tart or overly sour. Did make my mouth pucker when I took a sip of it. Pretty tasty. Some apples. Getting a little bit of apples in there. Very easy drinking for 7.4%. Very nice. Very, very nice. Well, let me take it back and let her have a sip or two or three and sip on it for a little bit and see where this one ends up. Not had a bad beer from these guys. Everything they do seems to be top notch. So, I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. This is the first time I've ever noticed that. It's got a little teeny plastic insert that goes down inside the bottle. Very nice cap. Big cap, but not noticing having that little plastic piece that goes inside the bottle before. Usually just has a little plastic liner inside. So, very well done. Been sipping on this about 30-45 minutes or so. Very nice. Not too tart for my palate. Very well made beer, guys. I'm getting apples. It's very juicy and slight hints of the wine barrels that's been put in. The Brettanomyces yeast, I'm getting that funkiness going on. A little bit of grapefruit. I give it to the other half, and she made that face when she took a drink. She goes, "Well, that's tart." And I said, "It ain't too bad." She says, "I'm getting lemons or limes or something." So it's got a little bit of sourness to it and a little bit of tartness to it, but it's not overly tart to me. So maybe I'm finally getting a grasp on this style of beer. It's not actually, I'm not sure if I would classify this as a saison farmhouse because of the tartness, or a wild ale, or what. It's like a combination of both with the Brettanomyces yeast and stuff going on in there. Very nice. I don't think I could drink this every day, but it's very nice. It wasn't too tart for me or too sour. On the nose, it's almost like grapefruit. Heavy grapefruit too. So and either I've got accustomed to it since I've been sipping on it about 45 minutes and it's warmed up to room temperature, or or something. I mean, it doesn't seem to be too awful tart to me as opposed to some of the wild sour ale style beers that I've been trying to grasp my arms around over the last couple of months. So very nice. Now this warmed up, heavy grapefruitiness on this. Final chug. I would like to see them put a little bit more information. They do have the bottled on date here, but it doesn't have the ABV or IBUs or any of that kind of stuff on the bottle. But definitely like to see the ABV anyway. You pick this up on the shelf, you have no idea, unless you go to look it up, of how potent this beer is. So they do need to put that on there. They need to put that 7.4% on there somewhere. That's the only fuss I got. Very enjoyable beer, guys. For the style, like I said, not sure what you would actually call it, since Gregsbeer's calling it a sour wild ale, and Beer is calling it a Saison farmhouse ale. To me, it's a combination of them both. You're getting that funkiness of the Saison farmhouse style ale with the Brettanomyces yeast, and little hints of the sour wild ale with the tartness of it. Doesn't taste too sour to me, but it does have a nice tartness to it. It's like an unsweetened grapefruit juice to me. Does have that slight tartness to it. So very nice. I enjoyed this one, guys. Not my particular style, but I'm glad I got to try this because, like I said, Hill Farmstead doesn't make a bad beer, and this is definitely not a bad beer. It's an A beer. It most definitely is an A beer. But it didn't have the hop presence that I was hoping it was going to have. So maybe the hops have already faded over the 4 months. I'm not exactly sure. Didn't seem to be quite as hop forward as I was hoping it was going to be. So, guys, to me, I would give this a 9 out of 10. If I was paying a numeric rating on this, it would probably be a 97 or a 98 there. And there's people going to say, oh man, that's a 10 beer. Wouldn't argue with that. People that are into drinking the sours and the wild ales, it's probably going to be pretty tasty. But it's not overly tart. So if you're into that style of beer, this might not be tart enough for you. So I'm not exactly sure. So it was tasty to me. I enjoyed it. It was very nice. Thanks again, Matt. Do appreciate it. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 98 world class. That's pretty close to where I'm at, 97 or 98. And over to Rate Beer, they say 100 overall, 100 in the style. So excellent numbers from everybody. So if you can get your hands on this one from Hill Farmstead, this is their Juicy. Let me know what you think if you've had it. And come on back tomorrow. Let's go see what we can dig out of that fridge. See you then.